LootBet, online esports betting. Dota, CSGO, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and many more. Bet on tournament matches or in-game events while viewing them live. Deposit using money, bitcoins, or even skins. Join LootBet now. Use the code you see here when you deposit and grab your bonus.
Hello and welcome back to the Chongqing Invitational. My name is Risk, alongside me is Dust, and we are ready to roll with the last best of 3 today. And it's going to be a really interesting one because we have Vega Squadron going up against TyLoo, a game that you've been looking forward to, that I've been looking forward to since yesterday, and now we are almost ready to go.
Yeah, indeed. Again, it's a fight to see who's going to get that next semifinal slot. Obviously, AGO and MVPPK already there. Now these two teams, one will go home, one will get into the semifinals. We've seen these teams play head-to-head a couple of times last year, and typically Vega Squadron were the ones able to best TyLoo in those situations, but they have been looking a little bit sloppy lately over on the Vega Squadron side. Looked good initially at E-League Boston, but then kind of cooled off towards the end of that tournament. Looked pretty rough at CS Summit 2. And so I'm kind of wondering what type of form they're coming into this series with.
Yeah, and also just in this tournament in general, when we saw them yesterday, wasn't really that impressed. Individually, they looked maybe around the same level, maybe a tad lower than they usually do. But as a team, the structure did not look good at all. So this might be the chance for TyLoo to grab another victory against them. DD close range, Hachi waiting for him. Just here in the apartments, dancing back and forth, but no one's really committing to anything just yet as the bomb has rotated towards Banana.
And this map was, in fact, the pick of TyLoo, to throw that out there. Second map is going to be Mirage. Third map, if needed, would be Overpass. Just to get people informed on that, as this round looks pretty good for Vega Squadron. They're taking a free A bombs right now. It's a 3-man stack over towards B for TyLoo, so they're not going to really be in the fight, and Mir might cut them off before they even get a chance to start looking towards retaking.
See Mir here against Bentet. Bentet will win that one. And with the kid still on captain mode, it's still doable. It's very hard at this point, but with Kashanda pushing down middle and having such an aggressive fashion, they might be able to do something, but time is ticking away, and now...
It's also worth noting that, like, Inferno and Mirage, the first 2 maps of this series, is common ground for both teams. Both teams really like Inferno and Mirage. It's probably actually at the top of each team's map pool. The only exception would be, like, TyLoo's really good at Cobble, and Vega doesn't play it. So that was, like, the only kind of difference between these two teams as far as, like, other than that, their map pool is somewhat similar with, like I said, Inferno and Mirage being strengths for both these teams.
Yeah, that gives us a really nice idea of how this one is going to play out. Hopefully we're going to see the best of the best for both of these two teams, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I hope so. Again, obviously, TyLoo a lot different of a team nowadays with Xcaret, the new in-game leader. They play a way different style of CS in the past because of Xcaret's leading style.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they have just qualified for DreamHack Masters Marseille recently. So, definitely looking forward to see what they can do there. Had, like, a couple of decent maps, at least, at Star Series. The I-League Season 4 and at IM Katowice. Didn't make deep runs at either tournament. Went out in the group stages of both of those. But at least they look competitive. Took a map off Gambit. 2-0'd Fnatic. So, they're looking a little bit better lately.
Good damage being done by Kashanda. And the boys pushing in against the CZ armor. 5 TyLoo. Captain Mo tries his best, but no reward this time around, and they're just going to roll through them right now. Very nicely done. No questions asked for Vega Squadron. It's surely going to be a 2-0. Bented and somebody. Just playing for the exits here. Not going to get anything out of it. Mer taken down. 22. Nice shot from somebody who will be able to pick up an AK. And then he needs to run away, but Chopper close range. He's going to be taken out as well. And somebody rotating quickly away. No reason to hunt for him now. Cassiander to pick up that AK-47 that was dropped. And then saving 3 AKs into the next one. But somebody very, very happy with the fact that he can bring this AK into the next round as well.
Yeah, so they kind of weather the storm of the 4 spot on the Vega Squadron side. And somebody will not carry that AK over.
Wow.
So there you have it. They get the 2-0 start. They don't lose a whole lot of money in the process. They only lose 2 players there. And again, they should have a really easy round here as TyLoo are going to be on the full save.
Very confident choice as well. To just he has the MAC-10. He knows there's an AK in front of him. He can just pick that up and save. But he decides to go for the MAC-10 against AK full duel to make sure that the CT play isn't saving. A lot of confidence right now. And the Vega Squadron Cam 2. MAC-10's being picked up as you would expect against the full USB buy. So not really a buy because they did not invest anything into this one. Stacking towards B right now. Molotov has gone down. Losing a bit of HP, but no real problem. It looks like they're going to go straight in.
Yeah, they're going to run into the stack for sure. But it's USP, so it should be like bug bites coming at them.
Oh, you talk about bug bites, but Bentet's definitely deadly. Cassiander pulls out the deagle of his own and wrecks them out. So with it, almost gets the 3rd one as well. DD taken out finally. So 2 kills. That was a MAC-10, so that was exactly what they could afford to throw away. And 3-0 for Vega Squadron. Now, the buy from TyLoo coming in.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how Vega Squadron are going to approach their T-side here. Again, they're a very odd T-side team on Inferno. A lot of the time, they don't even try to fight for top banana. They typically just have someone play really passive towards B, typically like Hutji or something. And then they just put 4 through alt mid and really try to control top mid in apartments, and they just leave banana alone. So I'm curious to see if they kind of stick to that trend or if they try to fight for banana a little bit more. Looks like they are going to go with that heavier alt mid setup in this round.
Yeah, exactly. That's always the question of how you kind of attack Inferno. A lot of teams do it differently. A lot of teams focus on different areas. This time around, Vega Squadron will be gifted the entire long area for free. The rotations is coming in from TyLoo so they can hold CT spawn, make sure that full rotation doesn't happen. They're going to go in towards a Captain Mo on the site. Taking 2 easy ones. DD as well. Bentet chimes in with one and somebody with the final frag, and that's...
That was literally the perfect setup from TyLoo based on what Vega did. Yeah. Like, they went for a very fast arch push, and so TyLoo just had 2 in CT spawn watching arch library, and then 2 inside pit. Perfect crossfire on the moto wrap. Executed really well on that. Great fragging. Do wind up getting their first round of the half because of it. So, well played, TyLoo. I mean, they read that really well, and they responded about as good as you could hope for as far as their positioning, and it delivered.
Somebody still on the MP9. Aggressive play surely to come out from him. Molotovs and flashes towards the banana as Cassiander makes his way up towards mid. In that corner is DD though, and does he have the spread control? No, he does not. Only 1 for 1 way could potentially go on Cassiander in that trade as well. Mir takes out Captain Mo.
Ooh, we do have a big flank coming in from somebody through alt middle, and he could catch this bomb inside of apartments, but it looks like they're going to move fast enough to avoid all that, and obviously the other 2 TyLoo members are still on B. They're going to save here. They've been reset. They have no money, really. I mean, the 1-round loss bonus next round's not going to do them a whole hell of a lot, so I think saving these 3 guns would be huge, but somebody might get caught by Mir. But Mir's on low health, and somebody could get him with the SMG, get the extra $600, and then take Mir's AK. So it could be interesting how this interaction plays out.
Yeah, Mir right now was waiting for someone to cross out. He's caught off guard. He takes out somebody. Yeah, 2 players. Yeah, they're just going to save. There's no real reason to go in for this.
And obviously Vega aren't going to be chasing. They don't really have the cash to afford a lot of rebuying.
Exactly.
So they will just sit back. Maybe they send 1 player over that direction. I don't know if someone has like an SMG or something. No, they all have AKs and an AWP. So they're going to sit back, you would imagine. So good reset there from Vega Squadron. I noticed that...
they lost a player to the bomb.
Oh, that is a little bit unfortunate. I will say this, Vega Squadron so far on this T side have looked to play really fast-paced Counter-Strike, which is something that we didn't really see from them yesterday. They seemed a lot more timid. Again, they usually like play a more passive T style, especially on banana. But they're moving at rapid pace these rounds, and so I wonder if that's about just trying to kind of, you know, build that confidence, just trying to you know, to say, hey, this is what we're good at. Because remember, when they were successful at the major, it was because of relentless aggression, I feel like. Like the games they won, particularly on Overpass, on their CT side, just really aggressive, really in-your-face Counter-Strike.
It could also be the fact that they maybe want to, like, expand their repertoire a bit strategically and saying, okay, yes, we know we can do the relentless aggression. Yes, we know we can take control and take real quick plays, but that's what people know we can do, so therefore we need to add something else. They tried it out yesterday, did not work, now it's back to basics.
It's also one of those things where I feel like when I watch them play other maps, they're usually really explosive on their T-sides, but for some reason on Inferno they were just a bit slower. So maybe it's more about, hey, like, this is what we're good at, you know, let's adjust our Inferno a little bit here. So we'll see.
Could be. Still plenty of rounds to decipher this. So we only played 5 out of 15 of the first half. Hachi flashed in, but no one's there. Apartments control being given to the Vega Squadron terrorists. Standard 3-2, as we usually do see it. From the CT side, one player towards long, one watching short, and one pit watching apartments. Very defensively.
Yeah, I also noticed this. Usually Hutji is kind of the guy playing towards B a little bit more passively. They actually have Chopper like leading the way at B these last few rounds that they've gone for B control. So they might be making like some adjustments on this map to how they want to use their players. And Chopper does get the entry on the site.
Secondary play on the side is somebody. His teammate went down and now he flashes himself into this and plays it very well. UMP-45 comes in handy. USPS try it out as well, but Hutji finally with the revenge frag, X-accurate. Ready with the AWP. Bomb will go down though. 2v3.
Yeah, still a man advantage though for TyLoo to work with on this retake. They do have an incendiary on Captain Mo. He could use that to line up new box, but Kashander might just cut them off at the passive CT spawn. But even though he does a lot of damage, he cannot find a single kill. DD down to 15, X-crit down to 7. So it was certainly close. Needed a few more bullets, and that could have been a way different round, but nonetheless, it is TyLoo taking it to a second round on the board. But again, they need to worry about getting a reset. Happened to them earlier this half. Certainly hurt them a lot. But they do have to rebuy a decent bit here.
Yeah, weapons being thrown around. As we do see the replay from somebody that pretty much saved TyLoo here.
Great work with that flashbang.
Yeah, that's perfect timing as well. Tries to smoke himself off and hold Hutji off for longer, but doesn't really work out. This is the force buy, of course, for Vega Squadron. It's not perfect, missing some utility. C-Set on Kashander and Mir on a Galil. Definitely need to win the aim duels in this one in order to have a chance, as the CTs have almost every single pit.
Wow, there has been a lot of nades thrown at Banana. Lots of fire, lots of smoke grenades. Vega Squadron almost has no utility left after that except for flashbangs. Meanwhile, TyLoo still has plenty. Somebody just trying to make sure no one's up close, puts the smoke back down again. We have JR actually boosted. Does spot one falling back, but doesn't hit the shot. But Bintet's still here, good for 2.
2-for-1 trade. Hutji coming in, trying to get the revenge down, but somebody once again with a UMP-45. Taking down the opposition one by one. Mir wants it differently though. 1v3 for him, switches up for the AK, flash goes in. Accurate knows exactly where the bomb is, fires blindly, and that's the win. Another round for TyLoo, the Chinese, they hold on.
And now Vega Squadron, the ones that are running low on funds. Gonna have to take a save here, gives TyLoo a chance to tie this game up here and now, start establishing themselves. As when you look at the scoreboard, Vega Squadron are really only here because they got the 3-0 start, and then they reset TyLoo right away after that. So TyLoo didn't really have money. Now TyLoo's starting to get their money in proper order. This is where they can be a lot more dangerous. They've been very good at handling Banana.
Accurate. It is accurate. With his ult, JR goes down and just sprays all over the map. Captain Mo and DD gets one each. Yeah, with the bomb on his back, but no real chance of getting that to a bomb site. Ran a tiny gap in this smoke here. Let's see if he can take advantage of it. He will. But that's just one M4 against the whole army of M4s. Another weaponry on that CT side. Just to get a free opening onto Accurate. Let's see if he can find it. Still just content with waiting. And there's the shot.
As soon as a pixel is apparent to Excurate, he will go ahead and put the bullet between the eyes of Mir. So that is a tie game now, but Vega Squadron able to get back onto a bye. Curious if TyLoo's going to... They've been opening up triple banana a lot, and I think that's what's like led Vega Squadron at times to be effective at getting up middle fast, because the A's a little bit more vulnerable like in the early round. So I'm curious if TyLoo's going to keep that up. And it looks like they are. And I wonder if Vega realizes this and will just try to rush up middle in A and try to be really quick on lane or something and kind of counter a triple banana setup, basically. Because, again, TyLoo's done it almost every round.
So much utility, so much focus being thrown. And
ooh, nice counter incendiary.
yeah,
I think Vega were trying to go for the fast mid push.
They were setting up for it.
And then, yeah, the nade slows him down, and this gave time for Bentet to come back towards A.
He's only in library right now, and he will be shut down almost mid-rotation, running out into his death, basically. Flashbang stopping Chopper, but still they're trying to get in towards the swamp. That DD on the back of it, getting down as well, and now it's all on Accurate and somebody, but I don't think they're going to go for this 2v5 post-plant. Definitely not now.
Yeah.
Accurate, just trying to see if he can find an exit and survive with his orb, even though it will be very hard. And he won't.
There you go. So again, I mean, kind of what we were talking about is that's the hard counter. When you know people are doing triple B a lot, you just run up A. Now, I thought TyLoo were going to handle it because they did get the incendiary down. It did get time for Bentet to rotate back, but like you said, he kind of got stuck running out of library rather than just holding the angle. He was trying to maybe get towards Moto Wrap or the site itself and got caught, and that just allowed the floodgates to kind of open for...
Yeah, because the second you lose that player who's supposed to hold like library or long, then there's almost free entry in towards the bomb side, and you can just flash over and just go in directly. That's why I feel like Ben said he didn't really know how far up they were.
Yeah,
it looked like he wanted to exactly.
Well, you know that they did kind of run through the fire a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that certainly affected the idea on timings, as it looks like Vega are again looking to put a little bit of pressure early here over towards the A side, this time via the apartments.
But once again, it just shows that Vega are very good at finding these small timing windows where they can catch people off guard.
You notice TyLoo didn't go for triple banana this round either. They wanted Excurate's op at A right off the bat to make sure that no fast A shenanigans could happen this time. And they've done well to manage that apartment's pressure. Did even some damage to Kashander and Amir. Didn't take any of themselves in the process, so all is well and good for TyLoo so far as they prepare to defend against what looks to be some type of mid-round B execute.
Try to go for the bait, bunny jump. No one really showed their position from it on the CT side though. Kashander very, very careful around that corner. Even though there's a smoke down. Setting up right now, as it looks like, for a B push with 40 seconds to go. 4 players now on the banana. 2 Molotovs and 2 flashbangs. Probably gonna be on Bentet's position or maybe first box. That's Harry side, and then flashbangs raining over. No smoke for CT. It will be a Molotov.
Great pop flash for somebody. Comes out, only gets 1.
Bentet now in position. Perfect placement. 1, 2, not 3, but still 2 for 1 trade. Huchi scoping out, and that's going to be his death. But no big chance for him clutching anyways.
Such a tough angle to clear for terrorists. Like when you're on top, that second set of boxes, that first set of boxes kind of covers you up really well. And so you're also, when you're swinging into the site, you have to clear new box, dark corner, the fountain. A lot of people play inside fountain now. Obviously, you're looking at coffins towards construction. And so that elevation change by a player being on top of that second set of boxes, because you don't see it at first when you first come in, because the first set of boxes. So really well done by Bentet there.
5-5, and once more Vega Squadron find themselves in a forced situation. Caesar and Deagle, but Kashander doesn't care. He just cares on putting speed on it. Double frag coming in for TyLoo though to shut it down easily.
Great awareness by DD, by the way, knowing that they got past it and would come in peaks. That way he saves his player at Moto or Arch from being caught off guard. Obviously, late round aggression at top middle for CTs can be very risky, but he definitely timed that out really well.
Smoke's landing all over the place. DD now in trouble unless he gets that opening, but
dude, his aim is so twitchy, man. Like, he must have a million sensitivity and just uses his wrist. Like, someone get that guy a masseuse for the wrist. He's going to need some physical therapy.
Chopper trying to make it work. Takes out DD. AKM on point. But still, it's a 2v4. A very hard time seeing.
Yeah.
Vega get anything more out of this, and maybe a single kill.
Yeah, I mean, thank God for Vega Squadron they got the 3-0 start, because otherwise it would be just a TyLoo show here on Inferno. Besides that fast A play from Vega, there hasn't really been much from them in the gun rounds. So TyLoo do take the lead.
Captain O picking up the AWP.
This is the first time they've had the lead the whole game. So
yeah,
there you go, TyLoo trying to shift who has control of this half.
This is also their map choice, you mentioned early on. So
again, I don't know that it matters, though, because, again, both these teams really love the first 2 maps that are being played in this series. So I don't think either team will feel like they got snubbed in the pick ban.
But don't you feel like it's more like of a confidence thing to win your own map choice?
I don't know. It depends on your opponent and, like, how good they are on your pick.
DD coming out full of confidence. He is. Takes down a secondary play, even a third one almost. JR taking damage. He will answer back. Captain Mo. Mir actually just catching accurate. Finding that orb. So already now, really good round for Vega Squadron. See if they can get something more out of it. Mo on 16 HP, so there's definitely a possibility. Something to go down. Big amount of map control being given to Mir. As he's wrapping all the way around in CT spawn. Might catch somebody off guard soon. And JR, while this is happening, he's trying to take as much attention he can into middle. Just saying, look, I'm here. Just all focus on me while my teammate is wrapping all around you.
Seems like somebody is pretty aware of it, though.
Yeah,
you see
he
him
knows that
holding the
there's
angle
something
on
going on. There is the frag, and now Mir 1v3. 35 seconds to go. He knows where the bomb is. He knows at least the position of one of the players in mid.
I think
But
the jig is up.
He's not scoped in right now.
Yeah, I don't see this one going his way. He might get one, but he's certainly not going to be able to take the round, I wouldn't think. Yeah, gets caught there switching around, and Ben Tet delivers the final blow, and it's now 7-5 for TyLoo, but Vega back with money. We do look at the odds here, and it was, in fact, TyLoo the favorite. I guess that makes sense based on kind of recent form in comparison, at least like the last 2 or 3 tournaments each team's played.
Yeah. It was very close in the beginning, though, I think. On Vega Squadron. Right now behind.
You have to raise some big concerns. If Vega were to lose to TyLoo and get eliminated from this tournament before playoffs, you combine that with the CS Summit 2 exit.
Yeah.
And I feel like
they're not a big favorite to win this anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he'd have to be concerned about the team going forward because they were promising for so long when they were making like their first major and they had like that win over Nip on Cash. Everyone remembers that infamous upset that put them on the map. And then from there, they've had a decent run in D-League Boston.
But the question becomes like, can you do that consistently? And that seems to be the case for a lot of these upsets we see at the major group stage and stuff like that. Like QB Fire as well, struggling with that. Nice hold by somebody, double from him, and this time around first boxes, not the second set.
Again, it's a nightmare to clear those ankles. That's why you've seen some teams like find Molotovs that land and cover the top of the box as well as like sandwich between the boxes.
Yeah.
I think we actually saw TyLoo do that yesterday. Like they had full coverage with Molotovs on the site.
2 players on this bomb site, Mir trying to take on both of them. Kishanda with the attempt on the refrag will get one, but immediately shut down. And this is such a nice CT hold from TyLoo. 7 rounds in on the scoreboard. And they're going to get an 8th as well, saving 4 players. So money definitely not going to be an issue for these last 2 rounds for TyLoo. On the other side of things, Vega Squadron are taking a pause now to figure out what the plan is.
Actually, I remembered it was actually MVPPK who has the Molotovs that land on top of the boxes. So maybe Vega should be watching some MVPPK demos for this map.
I think everyone should.
Those, I mean, you see Molotovs that land like Nubox and Dark Corner and Sandwich a lot, but the ones that actually cover the top of the boxes as well, don't see those as often. So, as we definitely see TyLoo hitting a nice little rhythm here on Inferno. They have now won, let's see here, 6 out of the last 7 rounds. Actually, more than that now. I think it's 7 out of the last 8.
Yeah, looking definitely good on this CT side. The question is, when they switch over to T, what kind of team are we going to see, and how's Vega?
A good one. A good one. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but Xcurate has definitely brought a more structured style to TyLoo. They definitely play a lot more patient, a lot more methodical, very more default-oriented, not as much execute-oriented. I will say that there are language barrier issues that make them struggle with like chaotic mid-round situations at times. But their foundation is really good with that accurate calling.
Yeah, Vega Squadron deciding to go back to the basics. The MAC-10s
Rip.
will be executed. That perfect incendiary, just ending their lives. Mere
They're getting body slammed in B right now.
They're just
Holy
getting
cow.
wrecked completely.
I mean, Chopper got 2 kills, so at least his MAC-10 was paid for.
Yeah, that's true.
And again, they still get a full buy in this round. So there you have it. 1 round left to go in this half.
Money, not a problem, as I mentioned earlier, on the side of TyLoo. Full kits, double op setup, even C sets on some of the players. On the T side, it's a completely other story. Almost everyone is missing 1 piece of grenade. We don't even have a full 5 AK lineup. Op on Banana, quickly rotates back. Oh, somebody just getting an edge in.
Somebody did not want any part of that when he saw a lot of terrorists and knew he needed to get the hell out of there. Bentet luckily was able to help him out.
Yeah, just hold him back. Nice smoke coverage as well.
Yeah, double op right now for TyLoo, as Xcrit still has his over towards A. Actually playing from lane. Not very often you see oppers play from lane side. I think one of the only ones that does it consistently is JW. So a lot of oppers will change it up, obviously, but yeah, it's definitely not as common as like playing Arch or Pit or something.
Nice shot from Accurate. Chopper goes down. Captain Mo holding Arch side, but doing it in a very defensive fashion, just making sure that they cannot rotate. And here comes the rotation. The op now on this long-range duel. Still 4 players around this bomb site for Vega Squadron. Haven't decided when to go in just yet. 2 smokes on Huchi and Mir. And that's a nice shot once more, Accurate.
Yep, repositioning over to Arch side, catches JR, and now Vega are running out of numbers.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do. And with an AWP here as well, like Accurate, even though he misses that, there's still the presence, so they can't really cross into CT as easily. DD takes 1 for 1, and that's really what they need right now. They just need trades, but side will be given away.
Okay.
Trade's not good enough. Accurate, trying to make it work once more. 3 kills for him. Mir knows he's in trouble. 1v3 on the bomb site. Sees the first one. Taken out by the C-set. 10-5 for TyLoo here on
Yeah,
Inferno.
and think about it. Of the 5 rounds that Vega has, it's because of the 3-0 start. So
Yes.
if TyLoo wins pistol, this could have been a 12-3 half. So it looks even more dominant than even the scoreboard indicates.
Yeah.
And they got 10-5 off of being reset twice. Like,
Yeah.
think about that.
Also, the fact that JR, one of the usual maybe stars of the team of Vega, he's on 1 kill.
Yeah, that's not good, right? I mean, obviously, Mir was like traditionally like the star everyone talked about, but I feel like we saw guys like Chopper and JR really be able to kind of step up to the plate and really be like a big support system to Mir. But yeah, certainly he is having a tough game here. No doubt about that.
Let's see if they can bring it back in the pistol.
Yeah, this is where JR could get the AWP in his hands a lot more.
Yeah.
Obviously, it makes more sense to have an op on CT side Inferno as opposed to T side Inferno. This is like one of the maps that's probably the most harsh for T side oppers.
Yeah, very hard to find an opening.
Some people can make it work if they're like brilliant oppers, but most people struggle on this map on T. So yeah, maybe JR, if they can get the money early on for him to get the op on CT side, maybe he can have a bit of a resurgence. Well, not resurgence because he was never up there, but you know what I mean. Like, get something going.
Resurgence compared to earlier times in his
There
career.
you go. We'll make it work.
That's
We'll
always an
force it.
explanation.
If it doesn't fit, we'll make it.
Pushes out aggressively. Seeing if he can catch something. Just a 1 for 1. And that's something I feel like we see in a lot of players. If they're having a tough game, they're going to take more chances. It's kind of like I call it the gambling issue. Every single time you lose, you want to bet more to make sure you win what you lost back. And that can sometimes be a really, really dangerous way of approaching CS.
Ooh.
But this is also dangerous for Vega as TyLoo encroaching on their positions. Kishanda can get 1 for free here, but gets 1, gets a second. Kishanda, can he get a third? No. Somebody to take him out.
He was making things happen there for a second. Luckily, TyLoo silenced him before he gets a little bit too out of control, but still a 2-on-2 retake here for Vega.
Very doable.
I don't know if there's a kit lying around somewhere. If not, they need to move fast, obviously.
I don't think there was a kit this round. Let's see if Fuji can come in. They're moving very fast, knowing they have to get in and get this defuse.
Great bait
Nice
setup.
sprayed out. This is perfect. And as you said, bait setup, one on the back of the bomb site taking the long range duel and one just hiding in the corner.
They're forced to respect Bentet, so they can't check the boost box.
Yeah.
Or not, I guess it's not really a boost you can check there by yourself, but you
No,
get my point.
it's a perfect play,
Yeah.
especially
absolutely.
with the position of the bomb plant.
Yep, so 11-5 is now the score. Vega will obviously force up this round. If they can't make this work, then we're very likely going to see 13-5, and from there, Vega will not... They'll have like one good buy round to try and make a comeback effort. So they're running out of line, basically.
Chop up. Desert Eagle in hand. Wanting some magic, and Hoochie delivers that magic. Secondary one for Kashanda as well, and this is a great start on a hard round for Vega. Damage
Ooh.
taken as well, but not too much.
Yeah, okay. I thought they did a little bit more than that. Didn't basically.
You kind of hear the shot, and you're like, oh, okay. And then it's like 5 damage.
Must have hit like the edge of the wall or something, so yeah, only 5 health drawn from that. But Vega are still well set up to steal this round away.
3 players on this B bomb side as TyLoo come into it. Flashbangs rain in. Chopper spots them all. Don't check it immediately. Bentet all alone. And he's going to go down any second now. Doesn't know the secondary position. That's a really, really nice round. 4 players survive. They pick up the weaponry. Vega Squadron, they're back.
Yeah, and will TyLoo decide to force buy right back? I mean, that's kind of the pattern you see a lot whenever you go 1 round for 1 round. Typically, they just keep force buying until someone wins 2 in a row, then you have to save.
Yeah, that's
And
exactly
that is the decision TyLoo will make here.
Be Desert Eagles, C-sets, all that stuff.
Yep. Some nades. Bentet buys a full set, actually.
Yep. See what he can bring to the table, what he wants to bring to the table. Deep nade onto Banana. That's a bit of damage.
Yeah, here's the thing. Vega Squadron also love to play triple banana a lot. Like, I know teams will throw it in, like that's standard, but Vega does it a majority of the time, actually. So TyLoo, I wonder if they will know that, if they've watched some demos.
Let's see. Still 2 smokes remaining, 2 Molotovs and a flashbang on TyLoo, so have enough utility to kind of take out key positions on the site. Here we go, push comes in, counter Molotov rains, as Chopper does with his UMP. Rotates back around, make sure that they can't get control, but he's blocked off by a smoke. We'll go down.
Oh, he gets the M4, actually. He's able to pass this UMP to JR, who's going to have to scout. Really well done by Chopper.
Very nice.
Great awareness.
So, 4v4 retake pistols on the bomb site. 1 Molotov for the bomb on Bentet. He's on Banana, so it makes sense. He actually does decide to throw it down for CT. Could have used it for the bomb, but I think this is a good choice as well. Now moving in towards the side from Ruins. Double kill coming in from Kishana and Chopper. Chopper triples up. That's Bentet will try his best, but the defuse comes in. 4 players surviving on the CT side, but bomb plant nonetheless.
Yep, so the force does not work from TyLoo. They get a bomb plant. I would imagine they just full save here so they can get a really nice buy in the next round would be, I think, the appropriate decision.
I feel like 293 odds for Vega Squadron right now. That's pretty nice. Like, with the way that they started out on the CT side.
Yeah. I think that's something that you should take advantage of. I definitely think TyLoo should be the ones winning based on Vega Squadron's recent form, but given that they're not too far apart from each other, I feel like, on the scale, especially if Vega can kind of refine some of their old form from, like, the initial stage of E-League Boston, for example, then I think that, yeah, like there's still a decent chance that they could get this.
Situated around the A bomb site. Mir is also rotating in. Just walking back and forth in CT spawn. Not entirely sure where he wants to go, but just holds for that rotation position. So the second they spot something towards mid, he's going to rotate in.
Yeah, so TyLoo did get a couple of deagles out on Bentet and Captain Mo. So they have, and DD does have armor CZ. So they pose like a small threat in this round. And that's thanks to the fact that they got the bomb plant last round, so they can afford to get a little bit of something in this. So we'll see how it pans out.
And JR going for the body shots and ends up getting a headshot nonetheless. Secondary body for him, and he's just clearing them out. Armor on DD, that's why he didn't go down directly, but doesn't really matter when Bentet is all alone. Desert Eagle and hand bomb has been dropped, trying to go for the 1Ds, but not hitting anything.
See, I feel like they should have just all ran out together. Like, peeking really slow like that into Moto, I think just played into JR's scout, like, a lot.
Yeah, he got to hit 3 shots before
I think that's where you swarm that guy. So, you know, because that is probably what the scout's going to be, right? Most scope weapons do play from Moto Rap or on Art side in general.
Yeah.
So I think that was. I think they could have done a little bit better with that. But again, you weren't expecting much out of that round anyway. This is the round that mattered.
Keep smoke coming in from Kishanda as it fails, I guess.
Yeah, I think it failed.
That one is the one for the entry into secondary mid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't work out this time around, so no early map aggression from the CT side. They'll have to be content with sitting back for a bit.
Yeah, again, I mean, TyLoo with Excurate do play pretty standard Inferno now. Also play a little bit slower pace than what we may have seen in the past. They themselves will sometimes do this play like this, where they play like really passive banana. Just 4 players working way up on middle and apartments control. The bomb's actually left behind by itself in the stairs.
Yeah, just to make sure that no one rotates behind them. So it's up to these 4 terrorists to come in, get some map control, potentially to get a couple of kills. And then the round kind of goes from there.
Yep, this is just your basics. Like, you want to get apartments control, you want to clear it out, make sure no one's aggressive for the CTs there, and then you want to get control of top mid. And that's your bread and butter default.
Yeah, and then the mid-round call comes in. Where do we go from here now? Accurate through the smoke, it looks like.
Yeah,
takes down JR. That has to be so tilting, but Chopper secondary man in position. Surely he's not going to get anything more than that rotation coming in, but look at that. Somebody in the back of this as well, in between these 2 CT
Which
players.
flank will be better, though, because Hutchie is also flanking. I think his is going to be slower. And somebody, yeah, his is more impactful, because now Hutchie's the only guy left on this flank, so his chances of success are now almost none. That's Excurate's already spotted him. So there you go. As soon as TyLoo gets money, deja vu from first half, I guess. Same kind of story there. Early starts have been good for Vega. Yeah, 6 of their 8 rounds are from winning pistol and not losing the anti-eco in the second round. So that doesn't paint a pretty picture.
How do you think JR is feeling right now? Like, he went, what, like 3, 4, 5 kills in the first half? And then in the first buy run, he's holding banana, he got the smoke down, he just gets shot through smoke.
Yeah. TyLoo have to be feeling pretty good about the fact that they know that they dropped 6 rounds because of losing pistol, yet they're still up 12-8. So things are looking pretty good for them. JR does have the AWP for the first one on the CT side. This is where he can get back in the game, I feel like. This is the round where, if he's ever going to get back into this game, this is probably the round that has to go his way for it to happen.
This is also the round that, if TyLoo wins it, forces Vega in a force buy.
Yep. So and for the rest of the half, probably,
you're
going to see a lot of force buys, weaker stuff.
So TyLoo with a big chance of taking a huge advantage here in the map choice of their own. DD starting off against Suchi. It's always nice to have just that opening to play 5v4. Yes, DD's only on 13 HP, but he has so much utility he can still throw out. That's an advantage there, and also he can just be a nuisance, holding a defensive position. He can play the lurker, he can play the kind of safety valve on the back of everything, making sure no one rotates in while the remaining 4 players work on winning duels on the opposite side.
And again, that's TyLoo now. Like, they're a lot more reserved. When they get the opening pick and they get the 5-on-4, they don't just necessarily like immediately try to push the issue and keep going. They sit back and kind of wait for Vega Squadron, who's sweating right now. They're trying to figure out how they should be rotating. See what they give up.
Such a hard position to be in, like Vega Squadron. They feel like they should be winning this game before going into it, and now they're just having such a hard time controlling TyLoo. We're reading them very well right now. It's going to be a banana push. Only 1 player there. Secondary player is rotating in. Chopper's making his way through CT spawn, but he's not committed just yet. And that's because JR hasn't spotted anything apart from a single smoke.
Double pit setup here, and there is already Chopper at Arch, so this could get a little bit dicey for TyLoo. The flash, though.
Here we go, Mir in the pit, 2-for-2 traders. Now it's all on JR, and he's on the complete opposite wrong side of the map. Surely going to save this AWP. There's no real reason to.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with money being as low as it is. And again, they're in a situation now where they kind of just have to keep buying. I mean, I guess they could save this next round and give TyLoo 14, and then from there, you make sure that you're just buying the rest of the game.
I think they can get a decent force buy out of this one if he saves the op. Oh, he hears the footsteps.
It's just it all depends on if you want like a kind of not really that great of a force buy next round, or if you want to save and then have like actually almost a full buy when TyLoo goes for 14. So I don't know.
I feel like the C set on the CT side, if you play it in a duo with an M4 and AWP, is actually really powerful. So in that situation,
yeah. So
and he can, that could happen something in this, but probably just gonna be pistols.
I would say just have good pistols around it. Yeah. Then next round you basically get a full buy.
Exactly. Also because Cassandra has enough money so they can get another orb in the next buy as well. So this is probably the wisest choice.
Yeah. The Eagles and an op. I mean, certainly could still pose a serious threat here too.
For sure.
They are going to go for that triple banana setup as they've been doing pretty often.
Taking that top control, very important. I like that deep smoke as well they put down just to make.
Yeah, the thing is, even with triple banana, they didn't really have enough to actually fend off top B. Like, Bentet still takes it.
Bentet even hiding in the smoke, not really.
He's thinking they're going to go for a late peek, and he's right. And he's trying to catch them off guard.
Doesn't find the timing just yet. One player will just look out.
He fell off of it.
They're leaving B right now, Vega Squadron.
Yeah.
But I understand, like, they're only on pistols, so obviously you want to maximize your chance.
I think it's one of those things where they want to do this for now in case TyLoo is going for an A execute. And if they don't spot anything happening at A for like
they'll rotate back.
Then about 10 or 15 seconds, they'll just rotate back to B. Because they know that TyLoo doesn't really work that fast on this map. Like, they'll take their time. So I think that's what they're hoping for. And that's enough utility that's going to keep Vega Squadron interested as well. So now B is wide open.
Full bait, and a bite on it hard. Bomb will go down on the speed bomb side with no congestion. Body box the smoke from one of his teammates. Very nice. As the AWP this time around should be saved into the next one. So a very, very good buy coming in for Vega Squadron now. But also, they're with their backs against the wall. Vega Squadron. TyLoo's going to be on 14. And all of a sudden, Chinese look in control of this game. Also saving some head armor and body armor on Hoochie and Kashanda. Has to get into the next round as well. Captain Mo right now. Smells blood. He's out for the hunt. He'll be taking Kashanda with him. That's the full armor. Going down. That's going to be round 14 for TyLoo.
Yeah, luckily they are able to say this AWP, so that's great because otherwise it would have been like a glass cannon AWP situation. Yes. So, yep, this is the last chance saloon for Vega Squadron in this map. This is their last hope, really.
And Mir without any utility, which only with one smoke, no one with a kit for Vega Squadron. So that's as good as it could have been. On the T side, they have everything they want. Full setup, all one accurate. Everything's just perfect.
Yep,
on the T side.
Getting control of top B here is TyLoo again. They've repeatedly been able to do this. So, I mean, pretty standard stuff right now. They haven't got apartments yet, but they're about to get it from somebody.
CT side, as you expect. 2-3 with short, long, and apartments control. Hoochie and Pit.
Yeah, the good thing is that Vegas still do maintain a lot of top mid presence right now. So they do have some information. Obviously, they can't know how many are like down middle.
Yeah. And
they can't know how many are banana right now either. But now it should become apparent.
Yeah. One player already rotating now. That's going to be Kashanda. Making his way to CT. Chopper and the boys, they hear the footsteps spraying down now. Could be one of the last stands for Vega Squadron here on Inferno. And Kashanda comes in. Rings true for one of the shots, but accurate with the orb. It is accurate, but taken out by JR. Finally stepping into the fray.
Smoke.
Captain Mo, 1v2. Knows there's one in CT. Gets that shot. 1v1 now. JR out for the hunt. Ooh! That's 12 HP dust.
And now Captain Mo used to be the primary op for this team before Xcarate came on board, so he is familiar with the weapon, puts it to good use to get the 1v1. He will get a bomb plant, no question about that. Can he win, though? The thing is, JR has an AWP, so the fact that he has low health isn't even as much of a factor as it normally would be against a rifle, unless he uses the USP.
I think he's aware of the fact that Captain Mo is very low HP. That's why he hunted him on Banana.
There you go. So
even just baits it out. Yeah, just threw it for the bait. Doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, the timing.
No!
Oh, he misses. Oh, puts Molotov on the bomb. You love to see it because there's no smoke to extinguish. He doesn't have a kit. He's just won the round off the Molotov.
Yep. Captain Mo can just like rotate away now. It doesn't even matter if he dies.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way. And that's going to be 15. Clever play from Captain Mo, and Jay are not able to capitalize on the fact that he was in a 1v1 against 12 HP.
And they managed to, but they had to execute pretty well. There's a gap in the smoke as well to get a player down, and it forced Mo into a 1v2, so it was looking favorable for Vega, but TyLoo pulls it out, man, pulls a fast one on him. And now Vega must be perfect from this point forward to get into just overtime. And obviously you can see they're going to be lacking a bit for the more established firepower on the CT side. FAMAS and 2 UMPs. Not ideal, but we'll see what they can do. Yeah.
Tough times for Vega Squadron. As TyLoo on the brink of taking map 1 in the best of 3 series, making their way into the semi-final. Yeah.
Are they walking fast? Didn't get any assistance from my co-caster on that.
I was just going to leave you on that.
Watching the bus fall on me.
I was just too good to say anything.
I think you were trying to, was it like a game of chicken and how long would I carry the song on for?
Yeah, exactly.
I would have kept going, actually,
yeah, exactly.
but I don't know the rest of the lyrics.
That's what I wanted, because there's nothing happening right now. So right now I just like want you to continue.
If I knew the rest of the lyrics, I may have kept going, but anyway.
Something about being homebound.
Yeah, I just know the scene from like White Chicks where it's Terry Crews just
perfect
going to town. Anyway, might see TyLoo going to town on Vega Squadron here soon, but they will be up against a fully stacked A-bomb site. 4 players here for Vega. But TyLoo's been really keen on like dancing around top middle, but then falling back into late B hits quite a lot. And now Xcrit's found a pick onto JR's AWP.
Peeking out into that one. And yeah, he wants to make it back into the game, wants to be the difference maker, but takes too many chances at this point for my taste. Smoke goes down on Banana. Nice little peek back, but instant refrag coming in from somebody. Captain Mo on Hutchie as well. This could be the beginning of the end here on Inferno. Mia in the pit. Gonna hit that finally, but only 12 HP. Hits a second one, but bends it with the revenge. And now 2v1. And that's it. 16-8. TyLoo takes it over Vega Squadron on the first map in this best of 3 series. And we can say the underdog. I feel like TyLoo are slight underdogs in this one. Take their map choice, and now we are on to the next one.
Dude, that was more dominant than even the scoreboard reflects. It was 16-8, but again, 6 of those 8 rounds were off of
pistols.
Yeah. So when it comes to gun rounds, TyLoo were far superior to Vega Squadron in that game.
That's so nice to see as well that TyLoo can
also look at that frag distribution.
Yeah. Looking very good.
Yeah, like their bottom fraggers at 14, and like the next 3 fraggers are like 16, 15. They were a little bit top heavy on a couple of players, but in general, TyLoo looked sharp throughout this. Vega, again, outside of the 3-0 Star Chiefs half, didn't have anything else. I mean, you basically, go like 16 for 2 for the rest of the game. So definitely not good enough for Vega Squadron. If they want to stay alive in this tournament, they're going to have to pick it up big time on Mirage.
Hopefully we can see that. But for now, it's going to be a Chinese team of TyLoo celebrating as they go up 1-0 in this matchup. We do have some highlights here rolling over the screens for you of TyLoo's victory.
I'll say this about TyLoo now. I think that this is the best version of TyLoo we've ever seen.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and put that out there. Just based on what I saw at Katowice Star Series, what I'm seeing at this tournament. I think strategically they're the best they've ever been.
Yeah.
I think they're a lot more versatile. Like before they were just reliant on like very explosive executes. And then they were adding a little bit of structure, but obviously there was communication issues with, the language barrier with Bentet. There's actually even more of a language barrier with Xcrit, because from what I understand, he calls to Bentet in their language, and then Bentet translates to Chinese for the other 3 players.
Oh.
That's kind of what I've heard, which that could obviously get really hectic in a mid-round situation, right?
Yeah.
It's easy enough, like, in the freeze time to get off a call like that. Hey, this is what I want to do this round. But yeah, dude, like, I don't know. They look really crisp for a team that you would suspect would have – the in-game leader is the one that speaks a different language than everyone else.
I feel like the way that they have set up like their AWP skills as well, they have 3 players who can actually play the AWP. You have Captain Mo, who used to be the old AWPer, then you have Axer coming in as new, and somebody can pick it up as well.
Even Bentet, I mean, like, everyone is pretty hybrid on this team.
That's such a nice thing to have as well.
Yeah, and then here's the other thing. Like outside of the in-game leadership thing, Xcrit was already kind of an opera people had their eye on in the Asian region. Much like Kaze from Malaysia, you know, Xcrit from Indonesia is definitely like another guy in the region that has been kind of showing some opping skills. And so far this tournament, he's balanced good in-game leadership alongside still keeping up with frags, which is very hard to do. You don't see many operas that frag an in-game lead. I think like the only other examples is like Nifty and Fallen.
Yeah, HSK in this tournament could be an example.
Yeah, and
as
then
well.
like Laz, I guess, from Scar's Absolute, even though like outside of him, no one else really stepped to the plate, so not as good of an example. But yeah, Xcrit definitely doing really well as a shot caller and as a fragger.
Yeah.
So great.
And really well, we'll get you the victory on Inferno. We're going to be back with the secondary map in this series, and that's going to be just after this break. See you then.
Sports betting. Dota, CSGO, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and many more. Bet on tournament matches or in-game events while viewing them live. Deposit using money, bitcoins, or even skins. Join LootBet now. Use the code you see here when you deposit and grab your bonus.
CSGO